Sir, I have shared the authorization to you, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Bhaskar sir, shall I
Shall we start,
start,
sir?
sir? Yes, sir.
Yes. I'm ready. No problem.
Yes. A very warm good morning to all present here. It's indeed a great honor to welcome our Bhaskar sir for yet another informational and inspirational session on third day of FDP. Looking forward to participate in one another hair raising session. The session is all yours, sir.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, participants. I think yesterday we discussed about various key aspects of outcome-based education. Also, we discussed Bloom's taxonomy, the role of Bloom's taxonomy in improving teaching learning. We discussed how to write course outcomes. Also, we discussed with the two different case studies, one for electrical circuits course and another one for computer architecture course, how the course outcomes describes the depth of the course. I think some of the participants concerned, why don't you discuss course outcomes related to management subject? Really, I'm very happy to discuss that also. Today, we'll first discuss the course program outcomes of management program, MBA program. Also, just now I taken one course outcomes for one of the management course. We'll discuss that. After that, we'll go to the today's important topics, namely course outcome attainment and program outcome attainment. This is my way of organizing the information. First, let us discuss now I am trying to share the SAR of self-assessment report of management program, MBA program, given by National Board of Accreditation. Are you able to see this?
Yes.
Yes. This is the program outcomes given by National Board of Accreditation for MBA program. They are given 5 program outcomes. If you see that, 5 program outcomes are given. In addition to that, the program may add up to 3 additional POs. They have given 5 POs. You are asked to write additionally 3. If you go through the various program outcomes, we are able to understand the depth of program outcomes, the expected outcomes, the graduate outcomes after the completion of MBA program. Apply knowledge of management theories and practices to solve business problem. The keyword itself clearly indicates this is K3 level. Therefore, the students should be able to apply the knowledge of management theory and practices to solve business problem, real world business problem. Therefore, this is actually 3rd level knowledge, purely knowledge domain, 3rd level. Then the second program outcome, foster analytical and critical thinking abilities for data-based decision making. It is actually analytical and critical thinking abilities for making decision making data-based. Therefore, based on the data collected, you need to take decision making. Normally, decision making should be with some judgment. If you are taking decision to get some benefits, some rewards, to maximize or minimize certain objective. Therefore, the second one is maybe mapped to K5 level, critical judgment. Ability to develop value-based leadership ability. Leadership qualities actually. Value, this is actually related to attitude domain. This is not a knowledge. It is completely behavior of our graduates. The ability to develop value-based leadership abilities. First 2 are knowledge. Third one is for attitude. The ability to understand, analyze and communicate global, economic, legal and ethical aspects of business. This is also behavioral, attitude-based. The management practitioners should have the global, maybe global communication. They should have a communication in global terms, economic, legal, and ethical aspects of business. Therefore, if you see that there are 2 different components here. Legal and ethicals are related to the attitude. Global and economic related to the knowledge. Therefore, knowledge and attitudes are combined in one particular outcome, 4th outcome. 5th one is the ability to lead themselves and others in the achievement of the organization goals, contributing effectively to team environment. This is also a attitude related. Therefore, if you see that for the management practitioner, they have written 5 POs. The first 2 is purely technical. 3rd one is purely attitude. 4th one is combination of knowledge and attitude. 5th one is also purely attitude. Therefore, they are given 5 POs. In addition to that, you can write 3 POs with respect to your own maybe curricular component. Are you able to follow me? Can we discuss the course outcome of one of the management course now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
ಯಾರು ಇದಾಗ್ಲಿ ಸರಿ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇರ್ತಾರ ಈಗ ಒಬ್ಬರು
ನೀನು 5-6 ತಿಂಗಳು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳ ನೀವು
I request all the participants, please mute your mic. I'm getting a lot of noise. I'm trying to take information from the website for one of the management course. Please wait for some time. I'm doing it. Are you able to see my screen now? New screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I just now I taken one course for the management subject. They have written outcomes for management course. If you see that, the first one is not describe the primary functions of management and their role of manager. This is a course outcome. Here, the course outcome is further divided into modular outcome or session outcome. This is for each session, they have written course, maybe session outcomes. The major one, this is actually course outcome. Describe the primary functions of management and the roles of manager. Here, describe is actually K2 level. Therefore, the depth is K2 level because they are using describe. The primary functions of management, the role of manager is actually the subject content. They did not specify any conditions or degree of proficiency. Therefore, without specifying the conditions, they have defined course outcome. Then second one, describe the work of major contribution to the field of management. Here also they are using second level. That means K2 level, purely knowledge. Describe the work of major contributors to the field of management. For the field of management, who are all contributed, the main authors. It is further, the course outcome is further divided into topic-wise outcome or session outcomes. If you see that one course outcome is broken into 4 or 5 topic-wise outcome. This can be used for giving the depth for each and every topic, but all are in the same level. If you see that, they are using the same keyword for all the sub topics wise outcome also. Then for the third module, they have written explain how managers align the planning process with the company mission, vision and values. Here also they have written only for the K2 level. Explain is your depth. It is purely knowledge domain. How they are planning process with the company mission, vision and values. Then fourth outcome, explain. Here also K2 level only. Explain the components and the consideration of strategic management. Strategic management, they have written one course outcome. Then for fifth model also, same explain. Then sixth model, identify. Identify is very, not a high level, it is low level only. We see that mostly it is first level, maybe first depth is very, maybe primitive level. Then human resource management. Here also they are using the keyword discuss. Discuss is related to second level. Discuss the purpose of HR management and its legal constraints. If you see that like that, they have written outcomes for all the topics. Mostly the depth is second level only. Then for module 9, they have written once again discuss. That is also second level. Then recognize. Recognize is not technical knowledge domain. This is actually affective domain. Affective domain. Therefore, in the theory course itself, they have written course outcome related to the attitude or behavioral domain. Then motivation also recognize. This is also affective domain. Then another recognize. This is also affective domain. Recognize how employee personality and attitude affect organizational fit. Ethics, it is knowledge. Describe the methods of encouraging ethical behavior and the laws of encouraging good corporate practices. Another describe typical business communication and explain barriers to effective communication. Then control, for that also they are writing explain. That is second level. Once again, globalization of business. For that they have written describe. Therefore, if you see that it is a very, very lengthy course, there are 16 modules. 16 modules. For all the 16 modules, they have written modular wise course outcomes. Then subtopics wise outcomes. That is called session outcomes. If you see that out of 16, 13 outcomes are knowledge domain, purely knowledge domain related to the management principles. The depth is K2 level because they have used keywords related to K2 level, describe, explain, and so on. Three module outcomes are related to the affective domain. Therefore, in this module or course, they have written 13 outcomes for the knowledge in management techniques, 3 outcomes for attitude or affective domain. Is it okay? Only for the benefit of management faculty, I have taken this case study. I am not an expert in this management subject, but only for the purpose of illustration, I have taken it. Therefore, outcome-based education is same. We don't have a different outcome-based education for management and engineering. Concept is same, only the subject matter is different. The definition of depth is same, engineering as well as management. Only the subject matter is different. Therefore, whatever concept we discussed yesterday, the same concept can be applied to any domain. Not only for engineering, it can be applied to maybe literature or maybe architecture, pharmacy, MPPS, agriculture, whatever may be the field, always we can apply this concept because Bloom's taxonomy is for education. Not only for higher education, the concept can also be applied for school education as well. I think with that, we will move on to the today's discussion, because today our major focus is for how to measure the attainment of CO and PO. I think we'll spend most of the time for discussing this CO PO attainment. Are you okay with the discussion on management topics now? Can we proceed for?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Actually, CO PO attainment is very, very important. Here only we are going to measure the performance of our outcome-based education system. After measuring the performance, we are going to take some initiatives or some modifications so as to get the positive changes in the outcomes. Our ultimate aim is to get to reach the outcomes actually. Let us recall once again the course outcome definition. Course outcomes are statements of what a student should know, understand, and are able to demonstrate after completion of a course. After course is completed, what are the end outcomes? It may be in terms of knowledge, or it may be skill, or it may be a attribute. I think somebody is doing something. I could not. Please, I request all the participants, please mute your mic. A well-written CO facilitates lecturers in measuring the achievement of the CO at the end of the course. If you have written COs using the measurable, observable keywords, at the end of the course, we are able to measure it by using appropriate assessment tools. It also helps the lecturers in designing suitable delivery and assessment methods to achieve the designated CO. I think yesterday we discussed that from the CO only, we are going to select appropriate delivery and assessment methods. A well-written CO clearly describes what should be the delivery method, what should be the assessment method, because we have number of delivery methods and number of assessment methods. For the given CO, for the given topics of interest, the lecturer or the faculty has to select appropriate delivery method, then only we can get maximum benefit of the instructional delivery. Now, how to calculate the course outcomes? Whether we are calculating COs in our conventional education. In conventional education, what is the practice? What we are doing? For each course, we are having lot of assessment methodologies. We may be doing internal assessment as well as end semester assessment. When it comes to internal assessment, we are doing lot of test, maybe a test or assignment, or it may be a mini project, or it may be a quiz, or it may be a viva. Maybe we have different tools for that. Depending upon the nature of the course, we have different components. Then when it comes to end semester, for most of the theory courses, only we are conducting terminal examination, exam oriented. If it is a laboratory course, then we will be, maybe there will be a demonstration. Students will be asked to do some experimentation. Based on the experimentation results and his psychomotor skills, we are awarding the marks. Therefore, normally in our traditional practice, we are going to evaluate student for the maximum mark. Out of 100 or out of 50, how much mark he scored, he or she scored. Therefore, we will record only the total mark obtained by each and every student. Maybe using some software program or some hard copy, we'll record only the total mark. But while assessing the answer script, we are giving individual mark for the questions. Okay, whether we are giving marks individually or not. Are you able to follow me? We are giving mark individually, but in the front page of the answer script, we are recording only total mark. Only total mark is carried over to all other purposes. In the paper itself, the question wise mark is retained. It is not properly taken into the further analysis. That is the practice we are using in our traditional education. But
Sir, audio lost.
பழையது கரெக்ஷன் பாத்துருக்கீங்களா? அந்த மாதிரி மேல இருக்கு பாருங்க. மூலையெல்லாம் மடங்கி இருக்கு.
please enable screen sharing option. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir, audible.
Yes, sir, you're audible. You're audible.
Yes, yes. But please
You
allow.
have been made as a host, sir. You have been made as a host.
Okay. There's a problem in my network here. That is why I got disconnected.
Okay, sir. Okay.
I think just now we discussed the methodology we adopted in our traditional examination. When it comes to outcome-based education, we are collecting all the data points, question-wise mark obtained by each and every student for each and every assessment tool. There is a difference. Let's discuss that. Calculating course outcome involves calculation from the marks obtained by the students in their internal exams, university exams, and internal assessment tools such as quiz, seminar, presentation, mini project, assignment for the laboratory assessment. I request all the participants, please mute your mic. For the laboratory, we will be collecting the information for continuous assessment of all the experiments. Also, the indirect method represents a part of the course end survey, so that calculation based on the data and the survey. Whatever method we have discussed so far, that is direct method, because we are directly observing the student performance. But in addition to that, we are going to use indirect method. In indirect method, we will be collecting the opinion of students with respect to their knowledge. At the end of the course, from each and every student, we will collect the information about their knowledge. We'll ask the questions in such a manner that they will be giving their opinion about their knowledge. This is called self-cognition or metacognition. That is used normally at the end of the course. While defining the question paper for exams, questions must be chosen based on the corresponding CO's weightage and must be mapped to their COs. The question paper is set only based on the COs. Proper weightage will be given to each and every CO. Each question will be also mapped to COs. Therefore, in the OBE based question paper, we have to use different template. It's not only questions and mark distribution. In addition to that, we need to give two more information: the knowledge level of question and the question mapping to the COs. How this question is mapped to COs, that should also be indicated in the question paper. This helps us to calculate the performance of a student for a CO. Therefore, once you know the question-wise mark obtained by each and every student, if you know the question to CO mapping, then using this information, we are able to get the CO-wise mark obtained by each and every student. Normally, we will be using some software program in order to do this calculation, because it takes a lot of data. Normally, we will avoid usage of manual calculation. Internal assignment end semester questions and must be mapped to their COs. This helps us to list the marks obtained by students for each CO. Also, rubrics help us to define the threshold through which level of attainment of COs are calculated. We are going to calculate the CO attainment by using some threshold or targets. We'll be using two targets. One is called expected proficiency. The expected mark from each student. Another important target is expected level of attainment, ELA. One is EP. EP is expected proficiency and expected level of attainment. ELA means percentage of students who satisfies EP. Therefore, we are going to fix two values. One is EP, another one is ELA for each and every course outcome. Once these quantities are fixed, using that, we are able to determine the course outcome attainment. We'll discuss that. Let us assume that because in each and every institution, we'll be having different system. Just for the purpose of illustration, I'm assuming certain assessment pattern for a particular course. Maybe for your institution, we will be having different methodology. For the time being, let us assume that we are going to have 3 internal tests, namely CAT 1, CAT 2, CAT 3, and 3 assignments, namely assignment 1, assignment 2, assignment 3, then 1 university examination. Therefore, for this typical theory course, I am going to have 3 tests, CAT 1, CAT 2, CAT 3. Each one is conducted for 50 marks. Then assignment 1, assignment 2, assignment 3. Each one carries maximum 10 marks. Then university examination conducted at the end of the semester for 100 marks. Also assume that this theory course is having 6 course outcomes: CO1, CO2, CO3, CO4, CO5, CO6. There are 6 course outcomes. In each internal test, we are covering 2 COs. For example, CAT 1 covers CO1 and CO2. CAT 2 covers CO3 and CO4. CAT 3 covers CO5 and CO6. Also assume that assignment 1 is asked for CO1 topic. Similarly, for assignment 2, CO4 topic. Assignment 3 for CO6. Then the distribution of mark for the end semester exam: 15, 20, 20, 20, 15, 10. With that assumption, we are going to discuss how the CO attainment is going to be calculated. Let us take CAT 1 examination. It is going to be conducted for 15 marks. The distribution of mark between CO1 and CO2 will be 24 and 26. All of you just take this point. CAT 1 is conducted for 50 marks, covering only 2 COs, be 24 and 26. let us assume that this is the question pattern for my examination. I am conducting 5 small questions, each carry 2 marks. I am asking 5 questions, small A question, part A questions, 2 part B questions, and 2 part C questions with the choice. They should answer either C1 or C2 or C3 or C4. This table gives the CO to question mapping. CO to question mapping or question to CO mapping. If you see that question A1 and A2 is mapped to CO1, B1 is also mapped to CO1, C1 and C2 are mapped to CO1. Whenever you are giving choice, the choice should be for the same CO. We should not have choices with the different COs. Both questions should be mapped to same COs. The question paper level also should be same. Question level also should be same. Similarly, CO2 covers A3, A4, A5 and B2 for a part C question, C3, C4. Therefore, if you add the one total mark, it is 24. CO2 total mark, 26. For the purpose of illustration, I am going to take only 5 students, okay, because we wanted to do simple calculation. I'm not going to consider the total students 60 or 70, only 5 students. Let us assume that only 5 students are there. Student identity is ST1, ST2, ST1 is student 1, ST5 is student 5. Let us assume that randomly I have taken the distribution mark obtained by each and every student. Therefore, after the evaluation is over, we know the mark obtained by each and every student for each and every question. Because we have already having the mapping between question and the COs, from that we are able to get the total mark obtained by each and every student with respect to COs. For example, student 1 got 19 marks in CO1 and 19 marks in CO2. He is having same mark both in CO1, CO2. Like that, if you for student 2 it is 21, 20. If you have, if you want to verify, you can verify it, because A1 we have to add for CO1 total mark. We have to add first mark obtained by A1, A2, B1 and C1. Therefore, 2 plus 2, 4. Then for B1, they scored 5, 4, 9. Therefore, 10, you add 10. Therefore, 10 plus 9, 9, 19. For CO2, we have to add A3, A4, A5. A3, A4, A5 is 1, 2, 3. B2 is 6. Therefore, 6 plus 3, 9. Once again, 10 will be added. Therefore, 19. Therefore, if you add the student mark question wise, we are able to calculate CO1 mark for the students, CO2 mark for all the students. All of you, please look into this table for some time. I will give you some time. Please look into the table. If you have any doubt, I am very happy to answer your queries before going to the calculation part. Please, all of you, go through this table, because from the table only we are going to discuss further. I will give you 1 or 2 minutes time. Please, you just verify how the marks are calculated. Normally, assignment should be asked for higher level COs. Yesterday also we discussed that assignments should not be given to lower levels, understand level or remember level. It should be minimum K3 level. Therefore, if some COs are higher level, only for those COs assignment should be given. Okay. Yes, C1, C2 are either or questions, either or. Either or means they can answer either C1 or C2. Both are in the same topics, covering same COs. The level of question also same. I think now we will discuss that, how CO1 attainment is going to be calculated. Now we are going to calculate CO1 and CO2 attainment from the table discussed above. For that, we need to assume two quantities, two targets. For the time being, let us assume that we are fixing the target. Maybe after understanding the CO calculation, I will explain how the targets are automatically calculated. Okay. For the time being, let us assume that expected proficiency level for CO1 is 60%. Expected level of attainment is 90%. We are assuming these two targets. The meaning of this expected proficiency is, I am expecting each student should score 60% of maximum mark to satisfy my expectation. I am expecting from each and every student. If somebody scores 60% minimum, then he or she satisfy my expectation. That is the meaning of this EP. ELA is how many students should score this 60%. How many students should satisfy my expectation. I am expecting 90% of students should score 60% and above. Okay. Because the total mark is 24 for CO1. If we calculate 60% of 24, it will be 14.4. Because the total mark for CO1 is 24. Just now we discussed it. Therefore, we are expecting minimum mark should be scored from each and every student is 14.4. From the previous table, we can just calculate out of 5 students, how many students scored 14.4 and above. Okay. I think except the last student, 5th student, all other students scored 14.4 and above. Therefore, out of 5, 4 students satisfies my expectations. Therefore, the course outcome 1 attainment, CO1 attainment will be 4 by 5. That is 80%. Actual attainment is 80%. But I expected 90% student will satisfy my expectation. Therefore, your target is not achieved. We need to do some root cause analysis. Why we could not be able to achieve the target? In which topic students are performing better? In which topic students are not performing? What could be the reasons for not achieving the target? That is called root cause analysis. We'll discuss later. For the time being, whether we are able to understand this concept or not. Now, I am asking you to find the CO2 attainment. For the CO2 attainment, I am assuming 70% expected proficiency and ELA is 60%. Now, 70% of 26 will be 18.2 because the maximum marks for CO2 will be 26. Multiply 70% of that 26, you will get 18.2. Therefore, this table, you have to calculate how many students scored more than 18.2. All of you please determine how many students scored 18.2 and above in CO2. Can you type in the chat box? Can you? I'm expecting your answer. Very good, very good. I'm getting a good response from all the participants. Whether it's very simple, you have to apply your thought. That is why I'm asking you to put some number here. You are reflecting your understanding. Therefore, I am very happy now. Therefore, what is your course outcome attainments for CO2? Can you calculate now CO? What is the value of CO2 attainment? Based on the previous calculation, can you calculate CO2 attainment now? What is the value? What is CO2 attainment in percentage? Number of students satisfies your expectation divided by total number of students. Very good. 40% is very good. Because we have totally 5 students. 2 students satisfies your expectation. 2 by 5 is equal to 40%. Any doubt in CO attainment calculation? I will discuss how to fix expected proficiency in ELA immediately after this discussion. Now, if you have any doubt in course outcome attainment, I am very happy to answer your queries. This is very simple only. We are not doing any rocket science. I think somebody asked to explain once again. Okay, once again means starting from the table or after table. Please clarify. Whether table is clear to you? After table, very good. I think from the table data, we are going to analyze, we are going to determine the CO1 and CO2 attainment. For CO1 and CO2 attainments, otherwise course outcome attainment, we need to fix 2 targets. One is expected proficiency, another one is expected level of attainment, EP and ELA. Both are in percentage. For the CO1, let us assume that EP is 60% and ELA is 90%. The meaning of EP is you are expecting each and every student should score 60% of maximum marks allocated for CO1. That is your expectation. Then the meaning of ELA is like that 90% of student will score your expected mark. That is my target. With this target, we are going to take the information from the table. We are going to calculate the target mark, that is 14.4, because the maximum mark for CO1 is 24. Based on the table, already we discussed it. You multiply 60%, 0.6 into 24, that will give you 14.4. That means you are expecting each student should score minimum 14.4 mark in order to satisfy your expectations. From the table, you just calculate this total mark obtained for CO1. First student is scoring more than 14.4. Therefore, he satisfies your expectation. Similarly, second also satisfies your expectation. Third, fourth also, because all are greater than 14.4. When it comes to last student, he scored only 13 marks. Therefore, he is not able to satisfy your expectation, he or she. Therefore, out of 5 students, 4 students satisfies our expectations. Therefore, course outcome attainment is nothing but number of students satisfies your expectation divided by total number of students. Therefore, 4 by 5 will be equal to 80%. Therefore, CO attainment, actual attainment of CO1 will be 80%. Based on the same methodology, we are going to calculate the CO2 attainment. But for the CO2, I have 2 different targets. Here the target is 70%, the expected proficiency 70%, and the expected level of attainment is 60%. The total marks allocated to CO2 will be 26. Therefore, 70% of 26 will be 18.2. From the table, we are going to check how many students scores more than 18.2. Only first and second student satisfies your expectation. The remaining 3 students are scoring very less mark. Therefore, out of 5, only 2 students scored 18.2 and above. Therefore, CO2 attainment will be equal to 2 by 5, that is equal to 40%. Is it clear now? Okay. Now we will discuss. Certainly, you will get one question. How will you fix the value of EP and ELE? Because based on the EP and ELE will be the CO attainment will vary. If you fix lower level value for EP, automatically the course outcome attainment will be very higher. If you fix higher value for EP, automatically the actual attainment will be very less. Now, what should be the scientific way of fixing the targets? We have a very good simple methodology. We have very good methods. I will explain one of the best method for fixing this target. That method we are following in our institution. See, what we are doing is, we are taking, let us assume that you wanted to fix this target for one particular academic year. Let us assume that I want to fix the targets for course level in 2015-16 academic year. All of you, please listen to me. I want to fix this target for 2015-16 for one particular course. I think that course will be running from the previous years also. It is not a new course. Let us assume that this course is running for the number of years. We are going to collect data from 3 previous years or 5 years. But in our institution, we are taking 3 years data. If you wanted to fix for the academic year 2015-16, for the same course, I am going to take 3 previous years data. For example, if your target is 15-16, then I am going to 14-15, please. 14-15, then I am going to take 3 previous years. That means 13-14. If you refer this table, my target is for 14-15. Therefore, I am taking 3 previous years, 13-14, 12-13, 11-12. The name of the course is AC Machines. For the same course, what is the performance of the students in 3 previous years, 13-14, 12-13 and 11-12. Because in our college, we are following the grading system. I have just counted how many students scored S grade, how many students scored A and above, students scored B and B. It is only absolute number of students scored 20 A, scored B, C, D, and U is failed. If you add everything, you will get 136. The total count is 136. Therefore, this number indicates students scored particular grade. Okay, we have 3 years of data. Now I am going to count the total number of students scored that grade and above. Maybe accumulation of the students. For example, here if you found number of students scored S grade and above, 3 years put together, we will be getting 30. But if you count number of students scored A and above, we need to take S grade student also into account. Therefore, A and above means S students also satisfies this number. Therefore, I am counting all the A grade as well as this 30. Therefore, we are going to accumulate the number of students. Similarly, for B grade, we need to calculate B and above, C and above, D and above, U and above. Okay. Therefore, we will get this number. This number is percentage number of students. Percentage is divide total number of students. 30 divided by total. Total will be 150 plus 136 plus 136. We will get this number. This number is nothing but average number of students scored S grade and above from previous 3 years data. Similarly, this number 28.2 indicates number of students scored A and above, considering 3 years of data. Similarly, B is actually 51.6. C is 77.96. D and above is 90. U and above is approximately 100. Now, from this data, I am going to fix the expected proficiency. Here, I am going to move from higher level to lower level. I will be starting from S grade to U grade. While moving, I am going to fix the number that is more than 50% in the first instant. If you cross from S grade to B grade, S is only 7%, A is only 28, only B grade is scored more than 51.9. Therefore, this is my expected proficiency. Therefore, B is expected proficiency. The expected level of attainment will be multiplied 50% from this number. I'm going to have some percentage increment or improvement from this 51.2. In our institution, we assumed 50%. Therefore, we are able to get 80%. Therefore, for this course, we assumed expected proficiency is B grade, expected level of attainment is 80%. Are you able to follow me? If you are able to understand, I am very happy. Like that, for each and every course, we have taken 3 previous years of data. For all the courses, we have calculated EP and ELA using this procedure. That this methodology will automatically fix the course, the EP and ES for different courses. I think somebody, you are asking me to explain once again. Okay. Actually, we are implementing OBE only for seeing the improvement, because why we are implementing OBE? We wanted to get improvement. If you didn't, maybe if you didn't do any change in your system, if somebody has not implemented OBE, then the same methodology will be followed, the traditional method. Therefore, we can get the same percentage of performance. OBE is implemented expecting some improvement in the student performance. Because I am going to implement OBE, I am expecting 50% from the current achievement. If OBE is not implemented also, we can expect the same percentage only, maybe, because this is based on the 3 years average. In 4th year also, if we count the number of students scored B and above, will be approximately 50 only, around 50 only. It's not exactly 50. That is the beauty of averaging. Therefore, we are implementing OBE considering some possible improvement. In our college, we have assumed it is possible to get 50% improvement over the period of 5 or 6 years. In that perspective only, we have assumed 50%. If you multiply 51.9 with 1.5, because we are expecting 50% improvement, and rounded to nearest multiples of 5, will get 80. Because we want to fix the target in multiples of 5. We don't want to fix it using fractional number, because always targets will be some round off number. If you multiply 1.5 into 51.9, you'll be getting around 78. We are making it to nearest integer in multiples of 5, that will be 80. Okay, I will explain once again. Let us assume that in our discussion, we wanted to find a systematic way of finding expected proficiency and ELA, because one of the important aspects of CO attainment. Otherwise, the CO attainment will be very, very subjective. Somebody will fix randomly some value. Nobody will appreciate. Lot of questions will come. Even when most of the accreditation visit, the evaluator will ask, how did you fix EP and ELE? It's a very, very straightforward questions. If you say we have fixed randomly without any maybe justification or scientific methodology, it is very, very difficult to convince the evaluators. Therefore, in our college, we have worked out some systematic methodology based on the previous year data. Let us assume that I wanted to fix the targets for the academic year 2014-15. Because in our college, we have implemented OBE from 2014-15. We wanted to fix the targets for 2014-15 academic year onwards. In order to fix the target for one particular academic year, we are going to take the data from 3 previous years or 5 previous years. If you take more number of previous year data, this methodology will give very good performance, very good result. Because we had only 3 years of data, we took this process, 3 years data. We have considered 13-14 academic year, 12-13, 11, 12. For the same course, we have considered 3 previous year data. For each academic year, we have counted number of students scored one particular grade, because in our college, we are following absolute grade system. Therefore, S, A, B, C, D, U is nothing but number of students scored that particular grade in that course in various academic years. Same course, 2012-13, the performance. 2013-14, this is the performance. Total student count is this number. Now, we are going to find cumulative grading, because in this, we are going to find how many students scored S and above, A and above, B and above. Therefore, this row is nothing but number of students scored S and above, because before we don't have any other higher grade. S is the highest grade, therefore same number will appear. But for A and B all, we need to take the previous data into account. Therefore, if you for A and above, we'll be adding not only A, we need to consider S also. For calculating B and above, we need to consider B, A, S. Therefore, this number will be cumulative count of the grades, different grades, maybe S, A, B, C, and so on. This percentage is nothing but total number of students divided by 3 years, total number of students for 3 years. Okay, this percentage will give you into 100. 30 divided by students into 100 will be this number. If no OB is not implemented, this table will give you the expected number of attainment for different grades. Maybe in 2014-15, you can expect around 7% student to score S grade. That is the probability of scoring S, A, B, C, and so on. We are implementing OBE for betterment. We are assuming some improvement percentage in our institution. We have fixed 50%. Also, that number should be rounded to nearest integer of 5. Therefore, one more methodology we are following it. We have to come from highest to lowest grade. First time when you cross 50, that grade is your expected proficiency. Therefore, for this particular course, if you move from S to B, first time we are crossing 51.9, more than 50. The corresponding grade will be EP. Therefore, for this course, EP is fixed as B. ELA is multiplied this number with 1.5 and rounded to next integer. Therefore, we are getting 80. If you use this procedure for different courses, we got different expected proficiency. For some of the laboratory courses, we got S, we got A grade. Some EC courses, we got A. Some courses, we got C. Therefore, it is automatically fixed depending upon the previous students' performances. Therefore, there is no subjectivity. Based on certain basic data, we got it. I think I have explained to the core. I think you'll be knowing it now very clearly. Any thought? Actually, 1.5 is based on your belief in outcome-based education. If you can get 50% improvement, you can say 50. Otherwise, you can pick 20%. This is not immediately. We are giving 6 years or 7 years down the line. Because in OBE, 4 years plus 3 years. Therefore, for 7 years, if we are implementing in 2014-15, we should seek this improvement, 50% improvement, maybe in the next 7 years. That is the assumption we had in our college. But in other departments, some department they fix 30%, some fix at 25%. It is depending upon your faith in the system. Okay, it is not hard and fast rule. If you fix same value, then there is no scope for improvement in OB. Therefore, at least some improvement, we fix it at 50%. If you are not happy with 50, you can fix it 20% or 30. Depending upon your belief. Is it okay? Yes, definitely. That is why we are taking 3 years average. That is the beauty of average. Therefore, if you take average, the error will be minimum. If you take 5 years data, the error will be very, very minimum. Therefore, instead of fixing randomly, if you take your own data, your own performance, definitely it is a very, very simple method of fixing EPLA. If you fix randomly, then there are a lot of subjectivity will come. Actually, we have considered only the end semester examination because end semester examination is inclusive of all your CAT 1, CAT 2, everything. Okay. Because in 2014-15, only we have started implementing OBE. In the previous year's data, we didn't do CO wise. We had only total mark. That is why we have taken total mark from all the students. Is it okay? No. Once it is a objective, it is a aim, sir. Don't change the target for each year. Target is fixed. Until you have achieved the target, subsequently for 2 years, you should not change the target. Target is your objective. Don't change the target for not achieving it. If you have not achieved it, you have to change your process, changing delivery method, changing assessment methods in order to achieve the target. Target should not be changed. You can change the target only when, if you have achieved the target, consequently for 2 years. Otherwise, target is not allowed to change. 7.11 is you divide 30 divided by total number of students. 150, 136, 136. 272 plus 150. That is actually 432. Okay. 400 something, no? That number will be divided 30 divided by 400 something into 100 will give you 7.11. It's a simple average, sir. This is for 3 years. You divide by 3 years count. Then multiply by 100. You will get 3 years average. This simply we are calculating 3 years average. It is not a rocket science. I think we have spent a lot of time. We will move on to the next topic. Otherwise, we will not complete the PO. Okay. I think we'll move on to the next topic. If you have any doubt, maybe you can spend some time in this. Very simple only. No need to worry about it. I will share my PPTs also to you. It's a methodology adopted in our institution. With the confidence I can share. It is not taken from any literature. We don't have any document for this purpose. It is our own experience in implementing OBE. Now, what is root cause analysis? Why we have calculated CO attainment? The CO attainment is calculated for only to go for some continuous improvement. It is not after calculation, everything is over. Only after calculation, we are going to do a lot of root cause analysis. We are going to get the student performance, effectiveness of content delivery, question-wise performance, more insight than total marks. If you give only total mark, it is very difficult to understand how each and every student perform in different topics, in different levels of questions. Some student will score good mark in very simple questions. He may not be getting very good mark in problematic questions. Some student will perform equally good. Therefore, while collecting question-wise data, we are able to get more insight than total mark. Then also we can get number of students attempted some question, difficult questions. Number of students scored more than certain mark. Therefore, by collecting this question-wise mark, we are able to do a lot of insight analysis. Then topic-wise performance also. Also, we can do cognitive level performance. Maybe part A questions, how many students scored good marks. Therefore, with respect to the knowledge level also we can analyze. In our college, part A is always remember question. Part B is always understand question. part C is always apply and above. That is a criteria. In our institution, we are following a very good, the question category is based on the knowledge levels. Always part A will be remember level, part B is understand level, part C and above is apply and above. Therefore, we can analyze among part A, what is the performance of the students? Part B, if most of the students are performing very good in remember, they are able to, because we can certainly say that most of the students are in K1 level. If they are scoring good mark in understanding level, then we can confirm that they are in K2 level. If the performance is not very good in apply level, then we can understand that some of the students are not able to come to the K3 level. That we can clearly verify from your data. Instead of that, if you analyze with only total mark, we are missing some of the information in the data. Everything will be noted in diary. That's called course diary. We'll be updating this information in the course diary. Because after Cat 1, it is not simply recording the data. We need to tick out all the data. We need to analyze. That's like a data mining. From the data analysis, we need to get very good report. That is called a faculty reflection report. If students are performing very good in one particular topic, then we can say that the methodology adopted, the delivery method adopted by the faculty is worked very well. If students are not performing very well in particular topic, if most of the students are not attempted one question, then it gives some feedback about your delivery method. The delivery method adopted for that particular topic is not effective. Therefore, we can record everything in the course diary. Whenever you are going to take that course next time, we need to change the delivery method for delivering that particular topic. That is very, very important. That is called updating course diary. At the end of the Cat 1 or any internal assessment, we need to write the faculty reflection report in the course diary. Then we'll be calculating the CO attainment based on the internal assessment. Then we'll be calculating separately for the external attainment. The same methodology is used for the end semester examination also. But when it comes to end semester examination, if you are autonomous college, there is a possibility of getting question-wise mark. If you are a non-autonomous affiliated institution, then university will not give you the question-wise mark. You'll be getting only total mark. Therefore, course outcome attainment is not possible for non-autonomous institution. But NBA is expecting question, maybe CO attainment for the internal assessment. For the end semester assessment, that means your university examination, we can calculate course-wise attainment. That can be combined by using some weightages. For autonomous colleges, both the internal and the external should be performed course outcome wise. Therefore, we are able to get total performance by using weighted average. Depending upon the weightages given to internal and the external, the corresponding multiplication factor will be used. If you are giving 50% weight for both, then we can use simple average. In some university, they are giving very less mark for internal assessment. Therefore, if it is 25-75, then 0.25 weightage will be given for W1 and a higher weightage will be given for end semester examination. But the methodology is same. Same methodology will be used for end semester and as well as internal assessment. Is it clear? With that, we have completed our direct assessment of CO. Next, we discuss indirect assessment. Whether we are performing indirect assessment in our traditional method, whether we are using indirect assessment in our traditional method or not. No. Now, what is the need for indirect assessment? In indirect assessment, we are going to confirm whether our direct assessment is confirming student opinion. With the student opinions, and our assessments are one and the same. Under steady state conditions only, both will be same. If students' opinion and your opinion about the students are matching, that is the ideal condition. Sometimes it may happen. You may giving very good mark. Maybe some student will score very high mark in one particular assessment. But if you ask the student, you are well versed in particular topic or not, he may say that I am not well versed in that particular topic. But he may be scoring very high mark. Therefore, your opinion is very good, but he is saying that I am not good at it. Therefore, only under steady state conditions, student opinion and your opinion about the student are same. Therefore, in order to confirm it, only for the confirmation purpose, we are conducting this course end survey. Here, used for collecting opinion of students in their abilities in various COs. Usually collected after the completion of the course. We will be collecting this opinion only at the end of the course, not during the middle of the course. It is called metacognition of student or self-cognition. They are going to assess themselves. They are going to assess themselves about a particular ability. Based on their assessment, they are going to give their opinion. We are not doing any technical thing. They are assessing themselves. It is a confirmative test, very, very important confirmative test. Normally, survey questionnaire will be prepared or designed for each course. Survey question will be prepared for each course separately. It is only customized for one course. We cannot use the same survey question for all the courses. It is course specific questionnaire. But the template will be same, but the question will be different for different courses. Because course outcomes are different, the questions framed for each course will be different. In addition, other information such as course relevance, we can ask some questions related to the faculty. We can also ask some questions related to the delivery and assessment method. Therefore, at the end of the course, not only the opinion of your student with respect to the ability, we can also ask about the relevance of the course, about the faculty, whether the faculty members are properly communicating, where they are confident, where their coverage of syllabus, everything will be asked in the course end survey. Normally, 5-point Likert scale will be used for this opinion. Let us discuss a sample questionnaire. It's a very simple questionnaire prepared for one course. Okay. Normally, the question stem will be like this. Rate your current ability in performing CO1. I simply written CO1, but in reality, we have to type the exact statement of CO1. Only for the simplicity, I have simply put CO1, but in actual questionnaire, we should not say CO1. We need to say the complete statement. The CO1 may be apply, explain the concept of outcome-based education, apply Bloom's taxonomy for writing course out, like that. We need to write the actual statement of this stem is same. Rate your current ability in performing so and so. We are asking in 5-point scale. 5 is highest, 4 is next one, 3, 2, 1. Therefore, 5 to 1, it is decreasing one. Here, the corresponding linguistic labels also attached here. I think the management people will very well know about the design of questionnaire, how to frame a questionnaire for getting opinion of various stakeholders. I think you will be well versed. Here, there are some standard linguistic label attached to each and every number. 5 is excellent, 4 is very good, 3 is good, 2 is average, and 1 is satisfactory. Therefore, for each and every question, we are going to collect opinion about your students in the form of online questionnaire. Always we'll be preparing a Google document for this purpose. because if you collect through paper, it is very difficult to analyze the data. Once again, somebody has to enter all this data. It is very, very cumbersome job. Normally, by designing a Google document, it will be a very, very good process. Student will simply select their choice. Once they selected, all the data will be stored in your computer. Therefore, for further analysis, it will be very easier. Let us assume that for the first question, 5 students gave their opinion. Let us assume that in a class only we have 5 students. For the first question, rate your current ability in performing CO1. 5 students gave their opinion. Out of 5 students, let us assume that 2 students selected 3. All of you please note it down. Out of 5 students, 2 students selected 3. Remaining 3 students selected 4. Okay. Now, from this, we are going to find course outcome attainment indirectly. Just like we fixed target for the direct assessment of COs, here also we are going to fix the targets, but it is not expected proficiency. It is called expected opinion. It is called expected opinion. We have to fix one opinion between 1 to 5. Let us assume that for this first question, expected opinion is 3. Expected opinion is 3. That means you are expecting each student will give you his opinion as 3. Therefore, if you count number of students opinions 3 and above, how many students gave their opinion 3 and above? Can you count it? Can you count number of students opinion 3 and above? 5, because 2 students 3, the remaining 3 students 4. Therefore, all the students' opinions are 3 and above. Therefore, 100% attainment for that particular CO1 in indirect way. If your expected opinion is 4, let us assume that I am fixing expected opinion is 4. Then what will happen to the course outcome attainment in indirect way? Are you able to calculate? I'm not getting your answer. Please reflect your answer. If you fix expected opinion is 4, what will be the course outcome attainment? Then only 3 students satisfies your opinion. Therefore, 3 by 5 will be 60% only. Now, here also you can ask how to fix this number. Here we have to fix in alignment with what is the target we fixed for the direct attainment. For example, for CO1, we have fixed 60%. Maybe if you refer the previous discussion, we fixed 60%. Here 60% in direct will be equal to 3 in your, because we have only 5 scales, 1, 2, 3. If you divide 100 among these 5 numbers, then 3 will be related to 60. Therefore, we have to fix 3 for CO1. For the next CO, we have fixed target as 80%. or 70%, then we have to fix 4. Therefore, depending upon the value we fixed for the direct assessment, the same value will be fixed for expected opinion in indirect assessment. Are you able to understand it? Please give your opinion so that I can go to the next topic. It's very, very important. Lot of confusion among the faculty in indirect assessment, but it is very, very simple and elegant methodology. If you follow it, simply we can do it. Sir, can you explain first table marker? Yes. Can we proceed further? Okay. If you have any doubt, means please reflect. Otherwise, we'll go. Now we have completed direct and indirect assessment of COs. Okay. Let us move on to program outcome attainment now. Now, what are the before that? What are the advantages of CO attainment? CO attainment will be used for PO attainment. The PO attainment will be purely based on CO attainment. Therefore, once CO attainment is calculated, the same data will be used for calculating the PO attainment. We are able to get individual overall student performance in different levels. From the CO attainment, we are able to get this information. Micro level analysis is possible. Real feedback on content delivery will be obtained. It helps in continuous improvement. Even though data collection is tedious, by using some automation software, we are able to overcome this problem. Because if you depend on manually recording all this information, it is a very, very tedious process. Therefore, in most of the institution, in order to follow the outcome-based education, they are using some sort of automation software so as to collect the data automatically, analysis also automatic. Thereby, we are able to do all these things without any much effort for the faculty. With that, we will move on to the PO attainment. PO attainment is ultimate actually. Only at the end of the program, we are going to calculate the PO attainment. This PO attainment only confirms whether students are able to satisfy the expected graduate attributes or not. Whether our students are able to have the abilities to practice as an engineer or not. There are two methods used for PO attainment. One is direct method or direct assessment method. Another one is called the indirect assessment method. In direct method, we have approaches. One is simple, elegant approach. We are going to discuss that method now. The other method is recently recommended by AICTE in one of the documents, AICTE examination policy released in the year 2018, November. According to that AICTE exam policy, they have recommended to use the second method. I think first we will discuss this method because time is very short. We'll try to use this simple method and elegant method. NBA is as of now expecting only this methodology. Once you are familiar with this method, we can easily understand the next method also, no problem. Then we will also discuss some of the indirect assessment method. We have three methods for indirect assessment methods. One is called a program exit survey or graduate exit survey. We have alumni survey, employer survey. We can also collect the opinion from our professional bodies. We have so many methods, but popular methods are three: graduate or program exit survey, then alumni survey, employee survey. We'll discuss direct method, elegant simple method, and simple indirect methods. In order to use the direct method, the present method of PO attainment, we need two different data. One is CO attainment. For all the courses, we need to know the CO attainment. Then only we can proceed to do the PO attainment. In addition to the CO attainment, we need to know CO-PO mapping or CO-PO correlation levels. Just now we discussed the CO attainment calculation. Let us assume that for all the courses, we have calculated CO attainment. Now, in order to do the PO attainment, we need one more data that is called CO-PO mapping or CO-PO correlation. We'll discuss that. What is that CO-PO mapping? Once you understand CO-PO mapping, it is very simple calculation. What is CO-PO mapping? Let us assume that in a typical 4 years program, students are studying 60 plus courses. 60 plus courses. Let us also assume that for each course, there are 6 COs. Okay. Therefore, in total, we'll be having 360 COs. If you assume 60 courses and 6 COs for each course, then in total, in 4 years, they are studying 360. We are assessing the student performance in 360 COs. Therefore, the row size will be 360. The number of columns will be 12 for POs. If you are using the program specific outcome, then we'll be additionally adding 2 or 3 columns. Therefore, in general, for the 4 years engineering program, the approximate number of rows will be in terms of hundreds. It may be 300 plus. The number of columns will be minimum 12. But for the purpose of understanding, I am not going to consider 300 plus because my aim is to illustrate only the simple methodology. I am going to assume only 7 COs, 7 or 8 COs. Let us assume that I have only 8 COs. But in reality, we'll be having 300 plus 60. But methodology will be same. Let us also assume, let us all of you assume that we have only 8 COs for a program. Hypothetically, let us assume that only 8. We also know the knowledge level of COs. Once you have written the CO statement, we know the knowledge level. Okay. Using the previous methodology, let us assume that CO attainment is calculated. Therefore, we know all this information. We will discuss how to do this CO-PO mapping. CO-PO mapping is nothing but how each and every CO contributing in achieving the POs. Contribution of COs or correlation of COs to POs. Normally, the correlation will be in 3 levels, including 0, it is 4. Dash means no correlation or very, very less correlation. Then we'll be using 1, 2, 3. 1 is weak correlation, 2 is medium correlation, 3 is strong correlation. If you put dash, it is no correlation. Therefore, we are going to relate each and every CO to each and every PO in 4 different levels. Either it may be dash or it may be 1, 2 or 3. Only 4 different indexes are possible. Now, we are going to use very systematic methodology for this CO-PO mapping. If you are going to use Bloom's taxonomy for the CO-PO mapping, it will be very, very obvious, very trivial method. If you are not using any systematic methodology, it will be a very, very subject specific statement, a subject, maybe subjective mapping. It is very, very difficult to justify because if the mapping is not proper, then automatically the PO attainment calculation is not good. It is not also useful. Therefore, we are going to use Bloom's taxonomy methodology here. Very simple methodology. Here, if you refer the POs, already we discussed yesterday, there are 12 POs. If you read the PO statement, each PO is also expecting certain levels. If you see the first PO, that is apply level, because the keyword for the first PO is apply. Apply the knowledge of mathematics, science, engineering fundamentals, and engineering specialization to solve complex problem in engineering. The second PO is related to the analysis, problem analysis, that is K4 level. Therefore, if you see that, I have marked levels for each and every PO. K3, K4, K5, K5. It is fixed throughout the world. We are making some approximation, but meaningful approximation. If you are not mapping it to some level, then it will be very, very confusing. Therefore, the first step is each PO is marked with the corresponding knowledge levels. K3, K4, K5, K5. Once it is marked, then by using Bloom's taxonomy, we are able to do the correlation between CO-PO mapping. Let us assume that CO1 is K3 level. Therefore, this CO is mapped to different POs with a different correlation level. For example, CO1 is K3 level, but PO1 requirement is K3. Therefore, both are matching. Therefore, this CO is strongly supporting this PO1. However, PO2 expectation is K4. PO3 expectation is K5. The CO1 is contributing only K3 level. Therefore, there is a gap between the CO1 level and the PO1 level. Therefore, it is not strongly contributing. Therefore, we are putting 2. Here, the difference is 2 levels. Therefore, we are putting 1, 1. When you consider the second CO, the CO2 level is K2, but the PO1 requirement is K3. Therefore, it is not strongly supporting only medium level. Here, we are putting 1 because the requirement is K4. It is supporting only K2. Therefore, 1. For all other things, we are putting dash dash because the requirement is K4. It is giving only K2. The difference is very, very high. Therefore, we are putting dash. Using this approximate method, we are able to use very, very consistent way of performing CO-PO mapping across the courses. If each and every faculty use different methodology, then it will be a random number. It is very, very difficult to justify this mapping. If this mapping is not proper, automatically whatever result you are going to get, going to get out of this PO attainment is also not correct. If you are able to understand the CO-PO mapping, then I will explain the PO attainment. All of you, please reflect in the chat box. Sir, CO attainment already we discussed at length. The previous discussion already we discussed CO attainment. If I explain once again, it is I cannot discuss PO attainment. I explained 2 times CO attainment. I don't know. I think you have to refer the PPT. I cannot help you because time is very limited. I have to complete the other portion also. Okay. I think the mapping is very simple. I think most of you are able to understand this mapping. Now let us do how to calculate PO attainment. PO attainment is very simple weighted average. If CO is K1 level, then automatically for PO1 we will be putting 1. For others it will be dash dash. Okay. Therefore, maybe I can say like that. If CO is supporting equal level and above, we are putting strong. If CO support is 1 level down, we are putting 2. If CO support is 2 level down, we are putting 1. If the difference is more than 2, we are putting dash. Are you able to follow me? It is not a mathematical thing, but we are just framing some guidelines so that across the courses we are able to follow the uniform guidelines. Therefore, this calculation will be somewhat useful. If each and every faculty uses different methodology, then it will be a random number. Then we cannot get a useful conclusion from your calculation. That is but it's not the accurate method, it's approximate method only. If you wanted to get accurate results, then we have to follow the recent recommendation of AICTE. Maybe the next time we will discuss that, because maybe you can refer the document of AICTE 2018. You can get that information. Now let us discuss how to calculate PO attainment. Here, if you see that for PO1 attainment, we need to take this column, each column. You take one column, you do the weighted average, normalized. It's not a simple weighted average, normalized weighted average. Normalized weighted average is nothing but you multiply this number and course outcome attainment number and divided by number of non-zero mapping into maximum strength. For example, PO1 attainment is equal to 3 into 65, 3 into 65 plus 2 into 70 plus 3 into 80 plus 3 into 56 plus 2 into 45, 3 into 56 plus 3 into 70 plus 3 into 67 divided by how many correlation, non-zero correlation we have? All are having non-zero correlation. Therefore, all the 8 COs are supporting PO1. Therefore, in the denominator, we will be getting 8 into 3, that is 24. Therefore, PO1 attainment will be this. All of you, please calculate it using your calculator. Please calculate this one. Calculate the PO1 attainment. Whether you are calculating it or not. Please say yes or no. Somebody said 58, somebody is 48. Which one is correct? I think 58 is correct. Numerator is 1412 divided by 24. Very good. Correct. 58.3 is the correct answer. Now, can you calculate PO2 attainment? use the same table. PPT will be shared. No need to worry about it. I will share all my PPTs. No problem. Can you calculate PO2 attainment? PO2 attainment will be 2 into 65, 1 into 70, 3 into 80, 3 into 58, 1 into 45, 2 into 56, 3 into 70, plus 2 into 67, divided by number of non-zero entries into 3. Therefore, 8 into 24, 8 into 3. Denominator will be same. I think somebody already calculated. They are very fast. 46. Have you calculated correctly? I don't know the answer. Anyway, I know the methodology. I think somebody has raised some question. What is your question, madam? Can you type your question? Because it's a normalized, weightage. It's not a simple weightage. It's a normalized. Under ideal condition, we should get 100%. If all the COs are strongly supporting, if all the CO attainments are 100, then only we'll get 100% attainment. It is called normalized weighted average. It's not a simple weighted average. If it is a simple weighted average, then we'll be adding only this number in the PO column. That's called a simple weighted average, but we are using normalized weighted average. The same methodology is adopted in NBA. If you calculate PO3, then only you can understand why we are using this normalized weighted average. What could be the method for PO3? Can you guess? What should be the denominator for PO3 calculation? Can you guess? Very good. Absolute. Because there are some 2 entries. CO2 is not supporting. Here also CO4, 5 is not supporting. Therefore, we have to count only 6 non-zero, 6 into 3, 18. With that only we have to calculate. Otherwise, if you consider this number, then PO3 attainment will be higher than PO2. It should not be. If you count only this number, then it will be giving different answer. Similarly, for PO4 also, denominator will be 18. 6 into 3, 18. Very good. I think any doubt in PO1 to PO4? Therefore, once course outcome attainment and correlation between CO, POs are known, then definitely we can calculate PO attainment. It's a very simple calculation. But the PO attainment will be calculated only after the completion of the program. We should not calculate PO attainment course-wise. Can you do the PO attainment for each semester? Can we do it? No, because PO is for the program only after the completion of the final semester results. All the course related data are available. Then we have course outcome attainment for all the courses. If the mapping is also available in a one stroke, we have to do the PO attainment. Normally we'll be using some Excel sheet or some software, automated software to calculate this PO attainment. Now let us discuss how to do the indirect assessment of POs. Indirect assessment is something similar to the indirect assessment. We have done it for course outcomes, but only one difference. In the indirect assessment of COs, we have framed questions related to the COs. We have framed 6 questions related to each CO. Same template will be used, but instead of CO1, we have to fix the PO statement. There is a difference. Rate your current ability in PO1. We should not say PO1. We have to write the actual statement of the PO1. Therefore, minimum we should have 12 questions. Each question corresponding to 1 POs. We can use 5-point scale for the same thing. After collecting opinion of each and every student in each and every POs, we are able to calculate the PO attainment. Therefore, there is no much difference between the indirect assessment of POs and indirect assessment of COs. Only the question is different. The methodology is simply same. The questions used in course end survey is related to the course. Questions used in program exit survey or graduate exit survey is related to the POs. Otherwise, they are one and the same. There are 3 different questionnaires. One is called graduate exit survey or program exit survey. Maybe during the last working day, after everything is over, we have to collect from the graduating students some opinion. That is called graduate exit survey. Then we can collect the employer's opinion. That is called the employer's survey. While selecting the employers, we need to be very careful. We need to select the employer in which most of our students are working. It's not an open employer survey. We are going to ask a question related to our students, those who are working in different organizations. From their employer, we are collecting opinion about our students. That too, the opinion about their initial knowledge during joining, not their current knowledge. Because PO is during the exit of the graduation. If we collect the opinion of the employer from the current, their current knowledge, it is not going to be useful for the PO attainment. Therefore, while framing the question, you should be very clear. Please reflect about our students working in your company or your organization with respect to their initial knowledge during joining in your organization. There should be a preamble, then only they will reflect properly. Otherwise, there is no much difference between employer survey and program exit survey and alumni survey. All are survey only. Questions are different. The targets are different. The question template is different. When it comes to graduate survey, we need to rate your current ability, because we are asking directly with our students. While asking the employer, rate the current ability, not current ability, the ability of our graduates while joining in your organization. Rate the ability of our graduates while joining in your organization. Therefore, the question template should be properly changed in order to satisfy the requirements for different survey questions. I think now the time is very close to 11 o'clock. With that, I am stopping my presentation. Let us reserve 5 minutes for discussion. Okay. Thank you very much for the given opportunity. I think I have done, I have completed my purpose. Based on the session outcomes we started yesterday, we have taken different aspects of OBE. We discussed micro level. I didn't give a very maybe PowerPoint presentation of the ideas. My point is, even if I give very simple, maybe very little information, each and every participant should understand clearly. I hope I have done my job. I'm very happy if you give your feedback, maybe 1 or 2 participants, if you give feedback, oral feedback, I may be very happy. I think I will hand over my PPTs to the organizers. In turn, they will share the PPTs to you. They will share the video recording also, so that it will be useful. If at all you have any doubt, maybe please go through the videos. Definitely you can get clarity. Even if you have any doubt, always you can contact me through my mail ID. No problem. If I am free, definitely I will reply to your mail. My mail ID is sb@ttc.edu. You'll just type my mail ID. This is my mail ID. You can reach me. So organizers, if anybody wants to clarify certain idea, I am very happy.
Good morning, sir.
Yes. Yes. For indirect dose assessment, when actually course end should be at the end of the course. Yes. Course end should be at the end of the course. Sir, your audio is not very clear.
Were yeah, yes, sir.
I think audio is not very clear, sir. Your voice is breaking. Sir, we need to consider all the students, those who registered for the course. All the students who have written the examination, that course. The number of students registered for that course. We need to consider all. Sir, COPO calculation, there are some softwares available. Standard softwares are Blockboard. Then some InPod, some companies, they have developed software InPod, INPOD. Then from one of the institution in Karnataka, they have developed one software. But no need to go for those software. It's very costly. You can develop on your own. It's very simple only. Maybe you can ask your computer science department to so that you can use that software. No need to buy it.